I'm ready. Everybody ready? No, he's away. He's in California. All right, everyone. We're going to call the meeting to order now. Welcome to the March 20th, 2025 meeting of the Haddon Heights Planning Board. Read the opening statement. Ready. Bear with me for 1 second. This meeting is being held in accordance with the Sunshine Laws of the State of New Jersey, Chapter 145, by Mayor and Council on the Planning Board for official notices. Notice of this meeting was posted on the Borough Bulletin Board and the borough's website for that purpose. Roll call, Suzanne.
Sure. Ms. Bonacorsi? Mr. Dukakis?
Here.
Chairman Hansen?
Here.
Mayor Hauk?
Here.
Councilwoman Herron?
Here.
Mr. Famular?
Here.
Mr. Shannon?
Here.
Mr. Schmidt?
Here. Appears we have a quorum. Everybody rise and salute the flag, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before we get started, and I forget, there was if anybody's here for case number 23-3-3P, that's Terrence Tracy at 423 Bradshaw Avenue, Block 4, Lot 1.09. There was a deficiency issue with the public notice for that application, and that's not going to be heard this evening. So if you're here for 423 Bradshaw Avenue, that may be heard next month if the notice deficiency is corrected before then. Our next meeting would be April 17th, I guess. So we're only going to have the two cases tonight. First order of business is the approval of the February 2025 minutes. Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes? Entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll move to approve. I'll second.
Any questions or comments, revisions? Seeing none, roll call, Suzanne?
Ms. Bonacorsi?
Yes.
Mr. Dukakis?
Yes.
Chairman Hansen?
Yes.
Mayor Hauk?
Yes.
Councilwoman Herron?
Yes.
Mr. Famular?
Yes.
Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Motion passes. We had two resolutions from last month. The first is case number 24-12-1P, Michael Modica, 19 8th Avenue, Block 40, Lot 9. That was I believe, a use variance with some bulk variance relief subsumed for a pool and a pool house. Has everybody that voted affirmatively had a chance to review the resolution? Any questions or comments, revisions on the resolution? Seeing none, entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2412-1P.
Roll call, Suzanne?
Sure. Ms. Bonacorsi?
Yes.
Mr. Dukakis?
Yes.
Chairman Hansen?
Yes.
Mr. Famular?
Yes.
Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
That's it.
Next resolution is case number 25-1-1P, Pasquale Evangelista, 1304 Sylvan Drive, Block 83, Lot 6, and that was a bulk variance case for a small addition to a single-family dwelling. Has everybody had a chance to review the resolution? Any questions, comments, revisions on the resolution? Seeing none, entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve case 25-1-1P.
Roll call, Suzanne?
Ms. Bonacorsi?
Yes.
Mr. Dukakis?
Yes.
Chairman Hansen?
Yes.
Councilwoman Herron?
Yes.
Michael Famular?
Yes.
Mr. Famular? John Schmidt?
Yes.
Mayor Hauk?
Yes.
That's it.
Motion passes. Okay, now we're going to open the meeting up for public comment, and that's only for public comment that's not related to a specific case this evening. So if you want to comment, if you're here to comment on a specific application, just hold your comment or question for now, and when we hear that specific application, it'll be a public comment period for each application. You'll be able to come up and talk at that time. Anybody want to come up and talk about anything that's not related to an agenda item this evening? Seeing none, close that portion of the meeting. We'll move on to our new business. First case this evening is, I don't think, I'm probably going to botch the name, but it's case number 25-3-1P, and that's Timothy Honchinchin, 1501 Oak Avenue, Block 104, Lot 23. And I see Mr. Burns is here to represent the applicant this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think it's on session.
Okay.
I've gone through 15 iterations.
I wasn't that far off. It was a good effort, I
Well,
guess.
very good effort. Good evening, board members. Director James Burns from the law firm of Dental Brown and Burns on behalf of the applicant, Timothy, on session. We are before you tonight requesting both for its approval associated with a proposed second-story addition, which would be placed directly on top of an existing first-story dwelling. No expansion of the existing footprint. The subject property is located at 1501 Oak Avenue, it's also known as Block 104, Lot 23 on the tax maps. It is a corner lot, so it has frontages on both Oak Avenue and its right side. There are pre-existing front yard setbacks, lot coverage, and side yard setback conditions directly related to the location of the existing one-story frame dwelling on the property. And again, the applicant is simply proposing an addition above the first floor. And there will be no expansion or any extension of the existing building. The existing non-compliant side yard setback is 5 feet 4 inches. For each requirement will remain as is, along with the existing front yard setback from Landside Avenue, which based on our roof calculations, yeah, I hope so. We have a setback on Oak Avenue, which is front yard of 19.7 feet. That's the existing condition. And we have existing condition setback on the Landside Avenue. There also is an existing lot coverage of 37%, 30% required. This again represents a pre-existing non-conforming condition, and we are doing nothing to exacerbate that condition. As I indicated, this property is a corner lot, which does create a few conceptual practical difficulties. That create increases in hardship justified in we hear testimony tonight that the proposed second-story addition is consistent with other homes. On-corner lots in the direct vicinity of this property, which have been constructed in fact, mostly received some relief before given the setback issues that are very similar to our home. This proposed addition will rehabilitate the existing home and add value and aesthetic improvements to the property and to the neighborhood. I have with me tonight a professional planner, Mark Irving. He will be providing the testimony directly related to what's been proposed to the application and the variances. I also have with me tonight Francis Longo, who is Bishop Athenia's business partner and construction manager. He's available for any questions that you may have as it relates to the property and the neighborhood.
You want to have them sworn in at this time, Jim?
Yes, we have to have this board at this time.
Marty's appeared before this board numerous times. We're aware of his credentials, and we accept him in the fields of, as an expert in the fields of planning and landscape architecture, correct? Usually get that wrong, but
Planning and landscape architect.
he's a professional planner in an LLA, I believe.
Okay. Everyone raise your right hand who's going to give testimony. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you.
So, Mr. Chairman, with your permission, I would like to begin with Mr. Irving. Marty, I know you've been accepted as a professional planner.
Yeah. You can come up.
Yes. You want to state that
With my clarification.
I think we put up on you. I know you prepared an exhibit, which we believe better show really what the motion has declared. We want this to be as annual.
Mr. Burns, could you provide just a brief description for A1?
This is a site plan prepared by the project architect. It indicates both existing conditions, referencing the survey prepared by Major Surveying, and the proposed condition representing what the addition and impacts will be. the rehabilitation renovation of an existing ranch home, which is one-story with attic space, to a two-story, 2.5-story home. The height of the home complies with the ordinance. It is an existing 3-bedroom home, which is proposed as a 4-bedroom home. As Mr. Burns indicated, as a result of the expansion of the non-conforming structure, we require a front yard setback variance from the inside avenue, and a minor correction to the actual number. The existing is 12.3 to the porch. There will be no addition over top of that porch. However, the proposed addition will go over top of this existing cantilever. So that relief would be from 25 feet to proposed 18 feet. And also, the reference that a front yard setback may be required for Oak Avenue. And in that case, there will be no addition over top of that agreement. And the second story actually sits beyond the 25-foot setback. It measures 2.5 feet or so. So that technically over top of the existing area would not require a front yard variance.
So 27-foot setback.
Correct.
And if I'm hearing correctly, Marty, over top of that existing porch there, you're only coming out to 18 feet, not 12.3 or whatever.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, it's listed in the review and in the application.
I know that was one of Steve's questions.
Indirectly, enacted 1929. Wasn't realized that over top of
Glenn's
that.
on, Glenn's
Okay. Just make sure we're all clear.
But that being said, all of them, according to the 19.9, the 12.3, the 18, they're all pre-existing conditions. We're not doing anything to expand that existing condition.
Correct.
We also have the variance to meet the existing condition of 5.2 feet with the side.
Correct, yeah. So again, this is the side yard, whereas the existing building is only 5.4 feet away, requires 8 feet, and because it's being expanded over the top, we would require that side yard.
We do have an existing pervious coverage, 37%.
That is actually incorrect. That's one of the things we want to clarify. About 2 or 3 weeks ago, shortly after the home was purchased, the applicants realized, oh my goodness, we have all this coverage out here, let's try to get rid of some. So the very original survey calculates to 47% existing coverage. The new survey was prepared and submitted, and that's what that 37% ultimately was proposed. So it's actually a 10% reduction from what was existing to what is being proposed.
As we stand here today, there exists 37%.
Correct.
So the survey that was submitted by me, that's 37%.
Yeah, the one you reviewed shows that. We can submit this older version to use.
Not necessarily.
You just want to clarify that you removed 10% of the coverage
Yes.
Yeah,
since
we want
since the
that-
property's been purchased. Okay.
So, Lauren, if you could, remark this specific, D1. If you could, start with the center, and just describe existing conditions, and what's around septic tank.
Right, this is the intersection of our area here, right side of the road. Property in question is this corner. So similar to our site, the other 3 corners are occupied by homes that appear to have had second-story additions and renovations over time, and share similar non-conforming issues for the front yard and side yard. So, this particular 1425 Roadside Avenue address and 1500 Roadside Avenue each have that 65-foot side yard. And then having 2 fronts, of course, where either on both sides, or at least one, in the case of 1425, are around between 15 and 20 feet of existing property line. So as you can see, our proposal and existing condition is that none of the corner lots comply with strict verification principles.
If you do want, one on this part of the exhibit, explain exactly what you're showing. This exhibit.
Right, wanted to get the color on this so it's a little easier to understand. Again, you can see the void white space where the second story does not occur comes off the page. And in this oak avenue drawing, you see that that expansion is beyond the 25 setback. You now can plainly see that nothing is proposed over that existing front porch, and in fact, over top of that existing cantilever that you mentioned in the 18 that the purpose was to try to get visual from the board. Yeah, you can see where that second story is going to occur.
And this represents the existing garage, right?
That's the existing detached two-car garage. It's to note that those other three homes all have attached garage. This property has a detached garage.
And this represents the living shed.
Correct, yes, there's encroachment, neighborhood, just a few comments. And sort of that typical situation, the neighbor at some point or another constructed a shed, it is ever so slightly, looks like about 0.7 to 8 inches or so over the line. And I think it was simply an honest mistake. There's a large pipe, if you will, that everybody thought represented the property owner. So when he built that shed, he thought it was. It turns out it's not quite the property owner. So there's a small encroachment. It's very typical in these neighborhoods, fences and sheds, often come over those lines by a few inches. So if you're like that is the condition, not to remain, or at whatever point a new buyer, new homeowner wants to address it.
You say no issue with it, sure, and I would like to neighbor, if we're talking about moving the shed.
We appreciate that.
And Marty, if you could, then, just as part of the, this represents exactly the type of home that would be constructed on the site.
Right, this is the architect's rendering of the proposed second-story addition. You have your Oak Avenue elevation, the Glenside Avenue elevation. This is that area that measures 18 feet to the right of way of Glenside Avenue. And then this opposite side on the 5-foot setback dimension, what the home will look like along that side.
And for the last exhibit, if I could just name this out, I just want to give the board an indication of exactly what the existing home looks like. This home will be completely rebuilt. It's an older, bungalow style kind of home, but I think it gives a good representation to the board. The markers,
That's what it is now. I'm trying to remember which one it was. I can't see there from here. I can't see.
what will it, what are the existing conditions that the home will be,
You can share.
Make a description of what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody doesn't have Google Maps. We've got Google Maps.
As I said, I got Google Maps. Thank you.
Yep.
but then for the record, what I want to do.
Correct.
Layout of the board, you were doing that you were probably making criteria that there's rain, variances.
Yeah. Well, in terms of the positive criteria, I think it's fairly evident based on the photographs that have been passed around, that the proposed condition will be a great improvement to the surrounding neighborhood and accessible. In terms of the negative criteria, feel that there will be no substantial detrimental impact to either the zone plan or master plan, especially given the nature of the surrounding neighborhood and the existing non-conformances that occur on both corner lots throughout the town.
And for the record, if we will require to comply with the 8-foot side yard, the 25-foot side yard fair to say that we left with basically a very small sliver of livable space?
So highlighted here by these darker setback lines, it's actually a 17-foot depth that would remain, which is hardly the dimension of, say, interior room situation. So strict compliance, if you were to tear down this house, you build a 17-foot, home, which that doesn't.
So you don't want a 17-foot addition on top, you want livable space, it really would be unlivable, it wouldn't be.
And the challenge is, architecturally, hang that on top of what's beneath it. You want to be on top of the foundation all the time. That would be a, well, it's not a practical difficulty there. That's what I'm, it would be a practical difficulty.
I don't know if there's questions.
Any board members have any questions for Mr. Irving? We'll have public comment after we go through the presentation here. We'll open it up to public comment. Anyone else want to speak, Jim? Oh, I'm sorry, go
I was
ahead.
going to ask, is it 3 stories or 2 stories?
It's 2, but it's a 2.5. The
Okay.
attic space.
Okay, so I'm looking at the renderings. I see 3rd-story windows, and that's what I was just curious. Got it.
Yeah, it's finished attic space, of course, but it complies with the height. So there's-
Okay. Yeah, I got you. That's it. There you go.
It's a little bigger.
That's helpful.
So you see
Do you
the
want
front elevation,
black and white renderings?
really that 2
Elevations?
space. Then you come along here, it looks like just a one dorm in that.
Yeah, I got you. Yep.
Will you be touching the garage in any way?
Our plan is to fix the garage, put on new roof, new garage doors, new siding, and it needs to be concrete on the inside. Fix it upstairs, not keep it down.
With the garage door max.
Yes.
Colors, you're saying? Siding, okay.
I assume that you got rid of that sun shed that was off the
Yes,
side of it
the
already.
house, there was a
Greenhouse.
Greenhouse, thank you.
greenhouse structure that's falling apart. So we
Yeah.
removed that, had a broken concrete pad, we got rid of that.
So that's how you got all that
Yeah,
10% of.
Extra walkway that went from the very front of the house all the way.
Saw
to the
that,
back,
yep.
that we got rid of. Then there was an extra concrete pad, a big pad behind the garage. I think they put trash, prior to the trash thing on, we removed that.
Okay.
It's just, it seemed unnecessary.
I don't have a question.
Any other questions? Let's turn it over to our engineer. He's got a review letter.
Thank you for the board remarks. The letter we heard testimony from the applicant. We are now resulting in several existing conditions, but 2 new variances. A 18-foot front yard setback from Glenside Avenue where 25 foot is required. And then with the second story of 5.4 side yard setback where 8 feet is required. The applicant has provided testimony that is looking for an review. And I've done so.
Any questions or comments for Steve?
So the Oak Ave, the existing front right now is what, 19.7? I was just trying to track all that, right?
That's
Yeah,
12.
19.
19.
7 existing.
Existing.
Noted in resolution.
Right.
As an existing condition.
Right. The second floor, though, I understand is
It's gonna be
back
set back
20.
27
Yep.
The actual second floor is going to be set back 27 feet from Oak. Is that what we said?
Yes.
27.
So the existing is 19, but
That's
that's the
where
first
the-
floor. So
The,
you can sort of see it on
the
the
primary
rendering.
structure is.
See the one floor thing on the, yeah, right there where Jim's pointing. That's 27 feet from where it goes up.
So the one story is pre-existing. That's the 19.7.
Yeah.
The second story, though, will be 27.
7 roughly, which complies actually. Right?
So-
Is it 30
But it's,
or-
yeah, but you still, I think.
No, because you're exacerbating the
Yeah.
condition. You want to recognize it.
You're gonna rebuild the front porch, the Oak Avenue porch, correct?
The entire house will be rebuilt. So
Right,
you'll see-
but you're gonna put the new porch exactly where the old porch was.
Yes.
Not gonna go any further or any further back or
Correct.
front forward.
Just renovating and location of it will not change.
Can you clarify the term rebuilt? So you're
I was
renovating-
just going to say
Yeah,
that's,
he
You're
said-
renovating the house, you're not demolishing.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Important distinction. That's an important distinction.
So the existing structure is going to remain, you're going to do renovations to the existing structure and add the 1.5 story.
Otherwise, I know what you're getting at. It's new variances.
Mhm.
yeah, that's what I was, yeah, but in my head, we ran into that before. Like that.
You had a toilet on the front lawn for 3 months.
Um,
Anything further for Steve?
That's an existing condition, and that, all the existing conditions for the first story and the coverage of the 7% will just be noted in the resolution if you were successful.
Thank you. Guess we'll open it for public comment. You want to come forward? We'll have our solicitor swear you in. You can comment, question, whatever you'd like.
That's
okay.
yeah.
That's the way it
It's
works.
just part of our procedure. We have to be official.
Do you want to give your name and address for the record?
Susan Goff, 1500 Maple, we have the shed that's 8 inches.
You have the what? I'm sorry.
The shed that's 8 inches. over.
Okay. Do you want to raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you.
Okay, so my question was about the garage and the parking, is that going to be kind of answered by the parking since they said?
Yes, there's a two-car detached garage, double wide parking, so it has enough space for 2 or 3 cars that will.
Actually, 4.
Yeah, if they pull in all the way into the garage, there could be 4 cars.
I was just concerned about enough parking so that there's not any overnight street parking. Inside the house. But, yeah, and what direction is the house going? Where's the front door going to be? Both doors, that's-
Oh, same position.
You're not related to John Goff, are you?
Oh, yeah.
If I knew that, I would have told you you had to move the garage. No,
No, thank you very much. It looks like it's going to be beautiful. Sorry about the shade.
Yeah.
John must have measured
I
that
was just
one.
going to say something.
Blame it on him.
Tell him I said he had to. No, I'm kidding. Take care. Thanks for coming out. GOFF. And would anybody else like to speak on this application? No, I guess we'll bring it back for a potential motion. You want to outline what we're looking at, Elena?
Yes, so the applicant is requesting a bulk C variance to construct a second-story addition. We are going to note the pre-existing non-conforming conditions of the maximum lot coverage. The applicant did note that that was actually a 10% reduction, even though it still is over the ordinance requirement of 30%. There's also some pre-existing non-conforming conditions already, meaning the minimum setback from the 2 fronts, Oak Avenue and Glenside Avenue, and the side setback. The applicant did note that the front setback to Glenside is actually 18 feet, not 19.9 feet. They are going to require variances for the side yard setback and also that front setback to Oak Avenue. And as I said, we will note those pre-existing non-conforming conditions. The applicant did testify that because of those pre-existing non-conforming conditions, meeting the setbacks would create a hardship for the applicant. I think that sums it up. Sounds good? Okay.
Any amendments? Anybody like to make a motion to approve or disapprove the application?
As somebody who's in a very similar position many years ago, had to go through this with with a corner lot and having to put an addition on, and I also had to get one over a fence. I understand exactly what this is. I understand the positive, negative criteria of being what they are, and I move to approve this application.
A second.
Any questions, comments on the motion? Seeing none, we'll take a roll call. Suzanne, please.
Sure. Ms. Bonaccorsi? Yes. Mr. Dukakis?
Yes.
Chairman Hanson?
Yes.
Mr. Shannon?
Yes.
Mayor Houck?
Yes.
Councilwoman Herron?
Yes.
Mr. Famular?
Yes.
Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
And Mr. Christie?
Motion passes. Okay, I'll give you the same spiel. I'm sure Mr. Burns has heard this one before. We're giving it. So at the next meeting, we'll do a resolution memorializing the decision that was made here this evening. Then the notice of that decision will be published in the newspaper. Subsequent to that, there's a 45-day appeal period after the notice is published in the paper. Technically, somebody could appeal the decision in that period. Saying that nobody objected this evening, that's probably unlikely. But if you want to move forward with your project before the appeal period expires, you'll be doing so at your own risk. So you can go see Suzanne and start working on your permits, whatever you want to do, but you'll be at your own risk until the appeal period expires. All right? Good to see you, Francis. I didn't see you. See ya. Tell John I'll see him at shuffleboard. Give him a hard time for me. I know you won't have a problem doing that. See ya. All right, we've got one more case this evening, and that is case number 25-3-2P. That's Stephen Verespi, 1101 Sycamore Street, Block 69, Lot 32. Want to come forward, Mr. Verespi? I understand we may have a jurisdictional matter to address before we get started with regard to the public notice.
Yeah. What, would you like to tell us the result of your inquiries?
Do you have a copy of the receipt for that address? Okay. I think we're in a position where we're not going to be able to hear the application, unfortunately, because we would be putting ourselves and you just as well for you, because if somebody was to appeal a decision and there was a deficiency with a notice, then we could be opened up for a lawsuit and they could overturn whatever decision you made, say you were approved this evening. I know Elena and I had talked up, she brought me up to speed with this earlier, and if we had the affidavit, we would have been able to move forward, but I think we're going to have to adjourn to next month. I don't think there's anything we can do. We understand, but I think legally there's not much we can
I'm
do.
assuming the chairman with the solicitor that you're going to continue notice that was already provided in the newspaper, and then it's 23 out of 24 properties on the 200-foot list.
Yeah.
And you're going to continue that notice to the April
17th.
Meeting at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
And I assume that the suitable for notice of the public
We'll make, yeah.
But you will have to correct then if it's provide, you should like, satisfaction.
I do, I mean, I understand like the hoops that you jump through. I understand that you submitted it, early. I wish that we weren't in this position. But unfortunately, I just feel like it's the safest for you and also for the board, especially potentially due to any neighbors that have appeared. It's not something that we can let go.
It won't be beneficial to you because if somebody challenges and you do the work, you'd have to reverse all the work. And that's going to cost money too. So that's where like you just want to dot your i's and cross your t's.
Yes,
No, we-
again, I'm sorry that I don't know how I lost that one.
Or if you can find, if you wind up at the post office and you can find the receipt for that one somehow, then you don't have to renotice. We're not gonna make you renotice for every property, they're just the one.
It's only the
Okay.
one.
Continuing notice with newspaper and the 23 out of 24 properties. For all other properties, takes my number. But if you provide that one certified, provided to the secretary, the rules apply.
It sounds like you may, that neighbor may, if he was to appeal and he didn't get proper notice, if there's no proof that he didn't get notice,
did tell me that.
it's not gonna be, it won't be a good situation for you.
We should, yeah.
We're sorry, I mean, these things happen sometimes, unfortunately, so. For those of you in the crowd, there's a notice or a deficiency with the notice. One of the neighbors, we don't have a receipt out of the 24 neighbors that were noticed within 200 feet of this property. The applicant and our office doesn't have a receipt, so unfortunately, we can't proceed with the application this evening. So assuming that deficiency is corrected, much like I announced at the beginning of the meeting for the third application we were supposed to hear, this will be heard on April 17th, 2025, and there will be no further notice. That meeting starts at 7 o'clock, third Thursday of the month, just like this, April 17th, 2025. We'll see you on the 17th. Okay. You have a question?
I did not receive notice of variance. I don't know if that's something that or not. But this gentleman stopped at my house tonight and asked my husband to sign a paper that we would agree with the variance. Will I be getting a letter in the mail?
I don't think you got a letter saying that you agree to the variance. You got a letter notifying you that he's appearing. Yeah, we understand that. I understand that. The letter that you would have got was, he needs proof that you were served notice that he was going to be appearing in front of this board this evening. It was not to accept the variance. It was not to accept the variance, so only this board could accept the variance. Did she listen to a word I said?
Nope.
That was pretty bad.
And so that proof usually is what's called a white ticket on a certified mailing, so it's just like that. That is evidence that they did what they were supposed to do. Not that it's post office
She got the notice 10
got
days in
you,
advance.
or that you actually signed. She's here.
Now that she's here, she's got notice. But it doesn't have the actual notice.
It's supposed to be 10 days in advance.
Yeah.
I don't think we can bend on that.
Letters of notice, that's all they have to do.
I mean, she is here.
If she wants to let him proceed, we'll let him proceed.
I guess.
Whether you're here this evening. You're here this evening, it's in the newspaper, and also it's on the Borough. It's the retrospect, and it's also on the Borough website. There is only, there's very prescribed notice requirements that the applicant must adhere to, and that is all we can require them to do. So this is the same for every school application that comes before this planning board, and in essence, all planning boards throughout. Madam Solicitor, is that?
Yeah, and she did say that she did not receive notice 10 days ago. Okay, then I feel satisfied that unfortunately, the applicant will have to renotice that one property owner didn't receive it.
My question is, you built your address? that the one that is missing? That is the one that we're talking about that they have to provide that.
We have green cards for the other 23.
Right.
Yeah. So the other 23 properties receive certified mail.
Well, certified mail percent.
Receipt.
Correct, which we know that that's been an issue with the mail before, where
Yeah,
it can
okay.
delay, it can take.
Unfortunately, that's not under our
That's
control.
out of our, yeah, it's out of our control.
In my other role, I sit on a board statewide that basically yells at the post office 2 o'clock every Monday about getting our mail sent from our office to the citizens of the county, and it's a problem statewide getting mail consistently delivered.
Yeah, so it's a, honestly, it's, what this is like, it's a technical error, and that's why we're not hearing the case tonight. And that's why we're gonna push it off to next month. I think there was no intentions to slate anybody deliberately here. It was just a technical error. It's not the first time, and unfortunately will not be the last time where it happens. It just, there's a lot of moving parts. You know, the U.S. Postal Service, there's the application through the construction office. It goes through a lot of hands, and when these errors happen, we delay.
No, nobody's sitting here trying
to be really transparent. That's
say
the
that
goal.
nobody's being nefarious here or anything like that.
Yeah, I also want to be clear that it was at my suggestion that the applicant knocked on your door, because if you had received notice and you could sign that affidavit that you did receive the card that we're talking about with his notice, then he could have proceeded, because legally he would have met his requirement. So I just want to be clear that like the applicant did that, because that was my suggestion in an effort to cure the notice issue. So I just want to make sure you're aware of that. I totally understand.
It's not uncommon. It's not uncommon for people. One of the other ways you can satisfy your 200-foot notice requirement, instead of mailing people, you can go door to door and have people tell them what you're doing, and then they will sign something. Well,
The issue
came up
The
today.
issue came up today, and like I said, I wanted, to put our best effort forward for him to get that notice issue taken care of, and I apologize for that, and I know that he was coming from a long distance away, so I just, that was my suggestion, that he knock on your door.
We created those issues, and we apologize. I'm sorry, man. We did not mean to.
All right. Anything further? All right. We'll hear this one on April 20 or April 17th, assuming everything's all right with the notice. Any other business this evening? Correspondence? None? Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned.
What does,
But I don't live at 10 seconds. 10:20.
what does our agenda look like next month?
That one of my lists. 10:20.
We have at least two.
Over there.